welcome back to our channel. Today video is OSI model. And before going to the video, if anyone not subscribed to my channel, please go and subscribe to my channel and click on bell icon to get my videos in notification. So thank you for who are subscribed to my channel. So going to the video, OSI model. Particularly saying about OSI model means it is having some important points what I have given here. So if you understand what I am saying means you can get clear about by the end of the video if you do not break the video in the middle. So going to the video, OSI model. The OSI in shortcut it is called as OSI, but it is having full form Open Systems Interconnection. So second point, it is having developed by International Organization for Standardization means ISO. It is having shortcut ISO. So the third point is it is having 7 layers. It is also called as 7 layered architecture. 7 layered architecture. So it is the main point. It is having 7 layers. So you can be knowing in the next slide what are the 7 layers. So each layer is having specific functions and responsibilities. So I have said here 7 layers. So each layer consisting its specific functions and responsibilities. Mainly functions are very important in this OSI model. You have to learn one or two functions to write in exam. So next point, this layered approach makes it easier for different devices and technologies to work together. So understand, it is having some different devices and technologies to work together. And coming to the next point, OSI model provides a clear structure for data transmission and managing network issues. So by here we are seeing it is having clear structure for data transmission. To transmitting the data, it is having a clear structure of OSI model, and it is having managing network issues also. It can manage network issues also. By clearly here we are saying that it is having data transmission and managing network issues also. So the final point for the OSI model overview is the OSI model is widely used as a reference to understand how network systems function. It is used to understand how the whole system is working, how the network system is working. So up to here, these are the 7 points which is used for the OSI model. I have written a note for you like this to read easily for the exam. If you want these points, just pause the video and you can take a screenshot. So going to the next slide, I am showing the trick to remember these layers fast. So you have to remember faster means you should learn this one. So please do not tell secret password anyone. Here P means physical layer, D means data link layer, N means network layer, T means transport layer, S means session layer, P means presentation layer, A means application layer. So from down to up you have to learn, or from up to down you have to learn anything. So you should remember this one easily means you should learn this code, this trick. Please do not tell secret password to anyone. So physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, application layer. So this one you can learn easily these layers. The architecture of OSI reference model. Here I have said that it is having 7 layers that are application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer. If you want to know more about these, First of all, you have to know about what is OSI model. Yeah, I have said before slide what about overview of a OSI model, and also I also wanted to say the OSI model is conceptual framework that breaks down network communication into seven distinct layers, providing a standardized way to understand and troubleshoot network interactions. Understand? The point is what are the having seven layers here that breaks down the network communication into seven distinct layers, providing a standardized way to understand the troubleshoot network interactions. To understand the troubleshoot network interactions, here it is breaking down the network communications into seven distinct layers. There are here I am showing the seven layers. So each layer having specific responsibilities and interactions. I have said before, with the layer above another below it, ensuring data moves smooth and reliably. In the next slides, you are going to learn about application layer and up to physical layer. The application layer is the seventh layer you are going to learn. So, see in the next slide. Earlier I have said that it is having seven layers. It is also called as layer architecture. So here in the slide layers of the OSI model I have given. So if anyone not seen before slide, you can see here also. These are I have written here application layer down and physical layer upside. So no problem. Up to down also, down to up also. So you can write like this also and like that also. So here it is having seven layers in the OSI model, and each layer has its specific role and handling data. In handling data, all the layers are mentioned below. So you can see here physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, application layer. So going to the next slide, you can see there application layer, which is seventh layer. So here I have written some points like application layer produce data to be transferred over the network. This layer also serves as a window for the application services to access the network and for displaying the received information to the user. And also protocols that are used in this application layer are SMTP, FTP, DNS. So here I have shown you the end user, sender, receiver, and the application layer is here. So this is the architecture which is used for the all the layers. So I said before the layer before slide the particular layers are having its functionalities like you should have learned one or two or three etc, and you should must learn three functions. So I have provided here some of the functions of application layer, that are network virtual terminal, file transfer actions and management, mail services, directory services. So if you want this line, so pause the video and take a screenshot also, no problem. You can write anywhere or you can write in a notes also, no problem. So mainly about the application layer, we can say that it provides network services to user applications. For example, web browsers, email clients. So going to the next slide, that is we are seeing here presentation layer. So here I have underlined the important points which is used for you to write in exam that are two important points. So these are very important points that I am saying. So the presentation layer is also called as translation layer. Yeah, it is also called as a translation layer. Mainly about the presentation layer, I should say that it handles data formatting, encryption and decryption. You should know that encryption and decryption means you came to know that what is the presentation layer, and it is also called as translation layer. Here encryption means hiding the data. Decryption means which hides the data and it reveals the data. Decryption means which reveals the data. And finally, the protocols that are used in this presentation layer is image process, GIF process, TLS and SSL. So coming to the functions of the presentation layer, here I have given translation, encryption, decryption, compression. So I have said that encryption is the hiding the data. Decryption means which hides the data, and it coming to the decryption, it shows the ciphertext to the real text, means plain text. So compression reduces the number of bits that need to be transmitted on the network. Translation, for example, if you given the ASCII, it should convert into ABCDIC code. So going to the next slide. So here we are seeing session layer. Session layer is the one of the important layer in the seven layered architecture, and it is useful for the responsibility for the connections of management of connections, establishment of connections and management of connections, and terminations of stations between two devices. It provides authentication and security. Protocols used in the session layer are NetBIOS and PPTP. So I think so you have understood up to here. So if you want this the topic, I will provide the mm, if you ping me in comment section, I will provide the PDF of this. So, and coming to the functions of the session layer: session establishment, maintenance and termination, synchronization, dialog controller. So session establishment, maintenance and termination means it allows two processes to establish, use and terminate a connection. If the work starts, and it is useful for the uses and terminating the connection. Synchronization, here it avoids the data to be deletion. The data do not go removed. It is used to helpful for the resynchronized properly, and it is used for the ends of the messages are not cut prematurely and data loss is avoided. This layer allows a process to add checkpoints that are considered synchronization point at the data. So coming to the dialog controller, the session layer allows two systems to start communication with each other in half duplex or full duplex. So mainly about session layer, it manages the communication sessions between devices. So going to the next slide, it is the transport layer. It is the main important layer from the starting and ending point. It is the middle layer of the layered architecture. And the transport layer provides services to the application layer. Takes services from the network layer. See here it takes the services from the network layer. So the data in the transport layer is just referred as segments. What? The data in the transport layer is referred to as segments. Remember this point and this point also. It is responsible for end-to-end delivery of the complete message. The transport layer also provides the acknowledgement of the successful data transmission and retransmits the data if an error is found. So mainly about transport layer, I can say that provides reliable and end-to-end data delivery. So coming to the functions of the transport layer: segmentation and reassembly, service point addressing. You can learn these 2 points is enough for the functions of a transport layer. If you want to write other points also, you can write. So segmentation and reassembly means this layer accepts the message from the session layer and breaks the message into smaller units. Service points addressing means to deliver the message to the correct process. The transport layer header includes a type of address called service point address or port address. Going to the next slide, you came to know here network layer. This is the third layer of the layered architecture. The network layer works for the transmission of the data from the one host to other located in different networks. It also takes care of packet routing. Remember this point, packet routing. That is selection of the shortest path to transmit the packets from the number of routes available. It is used for the selection of the shortest path to transmit the packet. So the sender and receiver's IP address and are placed in the header by the network layer. So last point of the network layer is implemented by the network devices such as routers and switches. So coming to the functions of the network layer, routing, logical addressing. Routing. Coming to the routing point, the network layer protocols determine which route in is suitable from source to destination. This function of the network layer is known as routing. So logical addressing to identify each device internetwork uniquely. Uniquely, it identifies the uniquely internetwork device internetwork uniquely. It identifies device network uniquely. Device internetwork uniquely. The network layer defines an addressing scheme. The sender and receiver's IP addresses are placed in the header by the network layer, such as an address distinguishes each device uniquely and universally. So going to the next layer, data link layer. So here it is having some big information about data link layer because it is the most important layer, and also it is having this so much of information. It plays a important role in the layered architecture. So coming to the layered architecture, the data link layer is responsible for the node to node and delivery of the message. The main function of this layer is to make sure data transfer is error free from one node to another. Over the physical layer, when a packet arrives in a network, it is the responsible of DLL to transmit it to the host using its MAC address. Packet in the data link layer is referred as frame. Switches and bridges are common data link layers devices. So in the data link layer, it is having two sublayers. One is LLC and MAC. LLC means logical link control. MAC means MAC. It is also called as MAC in shortcut, but it is having full form of media access control. Mainly about data link layer, we can say that provides reliable data transfer over a single physical link. So in the third layer, I have to say that mainly about network layer deals with the routing data packets between different networks. So going to the functions of the data link layer, it is having more functions for a data link layer: framing, physical addressing, error control, access control. Mainly you can remember these three, means error control, flow control, access control. It is controlling the errors, and it is controlling the flow of something over acknowledged messages or overloading. It controls everything. Access control, when a single communication channel is shared by multiple devices, the max sublayer of the data link layer helps to determine which devices has control over the channel at a given time. So here also framing, physical addressing also important. Framing is the function of the data link layer. It is one of the function of the data link layer, and it also provides a way for a sender to transmit a set of bits that are meaningfully to the receiver. This can also accomplish it by attaching special bit patterns to the beginning and the end of the frame. So coming to the physical addressing, after creating frames, the data link layer adds physical addresses, MAC addresses. Physical addresses also called as MAC addresses of the sender and or or okay, receiver in the header of the each frame. So these are the very important functions for the data link layer. So going to the next slide, that is final layer, layer 1, that is uh, physical layer. So mainly main points I wanted to say here. So physical layer is the lowest layer of the OSI model layer, means called physical layer, means lowest layer is also called as physical layer. The it is responsible for the actual physical connection between the devices, means it is responsible for the connection between one device to another device. And the physical layer contains information in the form of bits. It is containing the information in the form of bits. Physical layer is responsible for transmitting individual bits from one node to the next node. When receiving data, this layer will get the signal received and convert it into zeros and ones. Here, zeros and ones are binary bits. In binary language, we are having only two codes, that is 1 and 0, that is 0 and 1, zeros and ones. In binary language, we are not having any other number, just we are having zeros and ones. So, and send them to the data link layer, which will put the frame back together. So, common physical layer devices are hub, repeater, modem, cables. These are the very important ones in the computer networks and are used in the physical layer. And coming to the functions of physical layer, it is having bit synchronization, bit rate control. You can learn more functions also, but I have given here 2 points. Bit synchronization, bit rate control. Bit synchronization means the physical layer provides the synchronization of the bits by providing a clock. This clock controls both sender and receiver, thus providing synchronization at bit level. So coming to the bit rate control, the physical layer also defines the transmission rate, that is the number of bits sent per second. So going to the next slide, we are going to see here I have said some functionalities about the physical layer. Also I have given here physical technologies and transmission. You can take a screenshot or you can write a notes of your in your notes. You can take a notes also. Physical layer specifies that it is using bus topology, star topology and mesh topologies. And transmission mode is using simple and half duplex and full duplex transmission modes. So going to the next slide, we are having OSI reference model overview. So guys, you have to know what is the overview of the physical layer. See here, it is the sender side and it is the receiver side. Here we are having application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer. And it is here physical layer, it is the interconnection between the one layer to another layer. Here are all the protocols which is sending the information between the one layer to another layer. Here you are also we are having intermediate node. Here also we are having intermediate node. It is sender side, it is receiver side, node A and node B. And it is the physical communication section. So each layer of the OSI model interacts with the layer directly above and below it, encapsulating and transmitting data in the structured manner. This approach helps network professionals troubleshoot issues as problems can be isolated to a specific layer. The OSI model serves as a universal language for networking, providing a common ground for different systems to communicate effectively. And the same model was the first standard model for the network communications adopted by all major computers and telecommunication companies in the early 1980s. It was introduced in 1983 by representatives of the major computers and telecom companies and was adopted by the ISO as an international standard in 1984. And the main point about the overview of the OSI model is sure the understanding of complex systems, there is faster research and development, flexible standardization, and etc. If you know about the OSI reference model, you can comment in comment box, and you wanted the notes of the OSI reference model also. You can ping me in comment box if you have any doubts in this OSI model. You can join my WhatsApp channel and you can ask the doubts there, and I am giving the link in the description box. If you want more videos like this, you can go and subscribe my channel and click on bell icon. If you like my YouTube channel video, please share this video to your friends if it may be useful for your friends also. Click the like button, it is supportive for my video to grow in the society. and it is helpful to reach to your friends also. Thanks for watching. Bye everyone.